This is not your standard LED mask. Today I'm so excited to be talking to you about the JOVS 4D laser light therapy mask. Welcome to the Skin Code by Cody, where I talk about all things skincare, beauty devices, wellness, and professional in-clinic treatments. If that's something you're interested in, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so before I talk to you about the technology used in this mask, how to use it, and my results, I first want to talk to you about the technology that they use. Firstly, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the technology used in this mask. So not only does this use red and near infrared light technology, what does really set this mask apart from the rest is it does use technology, which I did note down. It's called FPT, Focus Photothermal Technology. And what's really impressive about this is JOVS did work with optical experts to create optical components for this mask. And they do use a chip that does kind of help utilize the technology in the mask. And kind of the basic outline of what that really means is it does make the lights in this mask ultra narrow and focused. So they're really focused on targeting, penetrating the skin and targeting the various layers of the skin to drive and deliver the best results possible. Another way to look at it as well is really by comparing a torch, just a stock standard torch that you get, and you kind of see how that light just really sprays out in all different directions, versus kind of like a laser pointer where it is really a targeted light. That's the basic comparison here. So as you can imagine, that does have a material impact on how well this light interacts with your skin, which in turn delivers better results. This mask claims to treat various signs of aging, fine lines, wrinkles, redness, hyperpigmentation, as well as really help to make the skin look and feel firmer and tighter. With consistent use of the mask for 4 weeks, they say that you can start to visibly see results, which is really impressive. One thing I will say, because of the powerful technology of this mask, I wouldn't suggest using this device if you do suffer from rosacea. Obviously, with any mask or any device, I always recommend really having a look at any contraindications to make sure that it's safe and the right product for you to use. So one thing that really jumped out at me when I first received this mask was the general quality of the mask. So obviously it's really hard to kind of see quality in a video. It's something that you kind of feel when when you've got it in your hands, but this is a very well-made device. I was really impressed with that. And as you can see, it's got 2 straps here at the back. So these are a Velcro sort of material, so really easy to use when you put the mask on. It fits really well and it's very comfortable to wear. I'll show you how to kind of use it in just a moment. And it also has this battery pack that is attached, and this is fully rechargeable. So this is basically, you charge this up and that's how you use the device. Another thing that I was really impressed with was this mask isn't just the stock standard, the same red lights and near infrared lights all across the face. As you know, different parts of our face have, the texture and the thickness of the skin does vary. So of course, logic would suggest that we do need varying degrees of penetration with that light to treat different areas of the face. And I did write this down. So with this particular device, on the forehead, their lights do target a depth of 850 nanometers into the skin. The eye area here is 660 nanometers. The cheek area is 950 nanometers, and the nasolabial fold, so these folds here, which none of us really love that droopy look that we start to get when we're a little older. But that area is targeted at 1064 nanometers. So again, I find that really impressive that they've really done that research to make sure that they are delivering light to different depths of the skin in different areas based on what that area requires to really see a result. Okay, just to continue compiling, and working my way through the list of things that really impress me about this, what I really love is this device uses different modes to treat different things, so different skin concerns. So as I mentioned, there are 3 modes, and then within each mode you have the option to doing a 10, 15 or 20 minute treatment, depending on what you're really wanting to achieve. So mode 1 is kind of the soothing mode. So this is really about, if you have some irritation of the skin. I've mentioned this so many times before, but I do have really sensitive skin. So when I do shave my face, I do get some redness and irritation. So this is something that I definitely use on that. Mode 2 is the brightening mode. So this is really about starting to treat some of that more set in redness rather than just reactive redness, and really to help even out that skin tone. And then mode 3 is for really the advanced signs of aging. So if there are fine lines, wrinkles, and even those deeper wrinkles that you're really wanting to target, mode 3 is the mode for you. A real testament to this device and a real measure of success for me is, obviously I have a ton of different devices that I have access to. So really the measure of success in my mind is really how often do I continue to use it. And I've really been using this device consistently for about 9 weeks. So I do really take the time to make sure I stop using other devices and then really make sure that I use the device consistently so I can really accurately gauge how effective it is and what results it really drove. So for me personally, what works for me is I actually used a combination of the 3 modes. So one thing to be really mindful of, when I first received the device, before I read the booklet, of course I just started playing around with it to have a look at it. I thought that the modes were varying strengths, and that's not necessarily the case. So it's really important to make sure that you decide what areas you really want to focus on and what results you want. But I actually use a combination of all 3 modes. So I will use this device probably 6 days a week, and I will use at least 2 modes a day, sometimes 3 modes a day. Anywhere from, my whole treatment cycle will be at least 20 minutes. So at a minimum, I'll do 10 minutes of 2 modes. But I will go anywhere up to 45 minutes if I've really got the time and there's something in my skin that I really want to focus on and improve. I'll really invest the time to do that. One other thing I'll note there is, because the device is portable, so you can walk around wearing the mask with this charger, you can go and do other things at the same time. You don't have to just sit there and wait for the mask to, the treatment to end. You can actually, go around your house and do your housework or whatever you want to do while wearing the mask. So it does make it really easy to get those treatments in. It's not as if you need, 20 or 30 minutes of downtime every day. That would be really difficult for most of us. So it's really easy to, go around and do whatever else you need to do while getting the treatment for your skin. Okay, so how to use the mask. So here is the control. I never know how clear this really shows up on camera, but you've got a power button down here. So it's really easy to use. You hold that down for a couple of seconds, and then there are lights. So there are 3 lights on the bottom here, which are the time settings. So light 1, 10 minutes, 2, 15 minutes, 3 is 20 minutes. And the lights at the top are the different modes. So again, the first light is mode 1, second light mode 2, third light mode 3. So you can just hit plus or minus on those 2 to select what mode you want and how long you want it to last. It is the easiest device to use. So really all you need to do is wash and dry your face so that you've got cleansed skin. I will put some video in showing what the mask looks like when it's on, but I can't speak while wearing it. Another really big call out is this mask. unlike a lot of others, you'll see it does not have a mouth, like a gap where the mouth is. That's actually fantastic, because that means that your lips are also receiving that red and near infrared light treatment, which obviously our lips age like everything else does. So this is a really good treatment for them as well. So another thing that I do want to really point out, make sure this is really evident on camera, this device is really contoured very well to the face. So obviously a lot of masks are flat, and depending on different ones that I've used, some work well, some don't. But because this one has that natural contour, that point to the face, particularly in the nose area, it really helps it sit really close to the skin. And that's really what you want when you are looking at a light therapy treatment. You want to get that light as close to the skin as possible. And that's why, you know, obviously before using it, you want to make sure that you wash off any makeup, any skincare, any sunscreen, so that there's really no barrier at that light penetrating the skin. Even at times when I have facial hair, like I do a little bit at the moment, you know, obviously if I have a lot of facial hair across my face, then that's going to reduce the ability for the light to really penetrate the skin. So I usually, you know, I generally don't have facial hair, or not much facial hair, but that's just one thing to keep in mind as well. Okay, so now the interesting part that everyone wants to know about is what results, or have I kind of seen any results? So absolutely I have. So I'm in my late 30s. I'm obviously very interested and invested in kind of maintaining my skin and, you know, looking as healthy as possible. So I really continue to focus on kind of the top of my cheek area and that under eye area, as well as this area. I comment on this in nearly every video, but like this area from my nose to my mouth, so the nasolabial area. And I do, obviously over time as I do get older, I do start to notice some drop in my skin. So I really want to firm that up. And I'm really excited to say I have noticed improvement in all of those areas. I didn't quite notice it in 4 weeks. It was probably around the 6-week mark that I really started to see noticeable improvement in those areas. So I was really happy with that. It still continues to impress me how at-home devices like this one can really deliver such fantastic results. Obviously, they're not going to give you the same level of a result as a surgical treatment. You know, if I went and got a facelift, neck lift, whatever, that's obviously going to have a far more significant impact. But you know, if you obviously don't want to go down that road, but you still want to look after your skin, tools like this one, again, like this one in particular, I am exceptionally impressed with. I, you know, strongly recommend it to my close friends and family. So look, if you are looking for a mask at home to really give you those results, I do strongly recommend you have a look at this one. I have included my affiliate link and discount code below, so if you would like to buy one of these masks, feel free to use that information to save a little bit of money when purchasing. If you haven't already, I would love for you to like this video, comment any questions you have below, and please subscribe to my channel. If you know anyone else who might be interested in this sort of content and they're, you know, a bit of a skincare junkie, please feel free to share this with them and have them subscribe. Otherwise, if you aren't wanting to comment below publicly and you have a question for me, feel free to reach out to me directly on Instagram at The Skin Code by Cody. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.